Gender affirming care is an absolute necessity and so vital to helping keep trans kids alive.
There once was a girl at the age of 3, told her mum, "This is how I want to be."
Gender develops between the ages of 3 and 7.
A child can realize their gender as early as 3 years old.
Her mum said, "No, you're a boy, you know it's how it's meant to be."
A lot of people will say that it's impossible for a 4-year-old to know if they're trans or not, but actually that's not true.
Soon may transition come to bring me blockers and hormones, mum.
Study after study has shown that trans kids know who they are.
Why won't you listen to me?
When someone says they want their child to wait, what they really mean is they hope their child isn't transgender.
No child is too young to get the care that they need.
I want to be happy.
HRT saves lives.
Starting gender-affirming hormone therapy in adolescence is linked to better mental health than those who wait until adulthood.
HRT, when prescribed to trans youth, they have a higher success rate.
If you transition by pausing puberty and then go on hormones, you're more likely, just to pass by, society's step.
If you don't allow trans teens to undergo the correct puberty or stop the wrong puberty, you will then have to pick up the tab later on to have surgeries.
I have to undo all the changes from the original wrong puberty.
There's a lot of things that happen during puberty that are incredibly expensive to redo.
And that gets expensive.
They might never pass. They might have way more expensive medical bills in order to pass. They might experience years of anguish.
And without those young trans women are in danger. They are easy to find. They are easy to hunt.
It would be cruel to allow for that child to go through their natural puberty. Because if they do, and then they start cross-dressing, they are going to have a target on their back for the rest of their lives.
Cis people, especially cis people on the right, are really only able to get on board with trans people if the trans person in question is able to successfully assimilate with cisgender beauty standards.
Some transgender women pass convincingly as though they are biologically female, and the key to achieving this passability is to transition young.
And it makes it much easier for us to be able to do that if we have that care from a young age before puberty.
They have already, through medical and political means, been pushed into a category where irreversible biological changes were made to their body without their desire or consent.
And you'll all fully ignore the fact that not transitioning, when you have another option, is in fact a life-changing decision.
To undo an otherwise irreversible or inevitable medical change is itself a decision.
But you know what is permanent? Going through the wrong puberty.
If you choose not to do it, that's a choice, that's a decision with major consequences for trans people, okay?
Fuck that.
Because forcing somebody to go through a puberty with a dominant hormone that is misaligned with your actual gender is a forced mutilation.
What I will say is if you are, by this bill and by what these amendments do, if you are forcing a trans child to go through puberty when they are trans, that is tantamount to torture.
The thing that most transgender teens and parents seek out are puberty blockers, drugs that stop the irreversible effects of puberty on their bodies. A horrible experience for trans people.
1. Are puberty blockers safe? And second, does it matter?
If there's one thing I think every transgender person is tired of, but it's experimental. Are there long-term effects? We need to study it more, folks.
So the whole long-term studies showed a decrease in bone mineral density. Motherfucker! Are you kidding me?
It just pauses puberty.
People really be latching onto the dumbest thing.
And yeah, that may seem like a bad thing.
You really think you're going to live that long to give a fuck? Exactly.
Even if it made people infertile, most people do not want kids anyway.
I mean, what's the big deal? Like, oh no, if I change my mind, I have to adopt. Ooh.
Trans kids having unaliving thoughts is a very sad situation. I do agree. But at the same time, we do not give people with unaliving thoughts what they want, especially if what they want can do detrimental and irreversible damage to the body.
Cause irreversible damage to... What do you think self-unaliving does?
They might say that they're trying to protect kids from the permanent impacts of hormone therapy, but the permanent impacts are the entire point.
Did I just see that parents are giving their kids puberty blockers?
That is a grown-ass woman so distraught by the delayed sexual development of strangers' kids